Hey, what's good? It's your girl Vylette Music, and you're listening to LFOD Radio, Live Free or Die Radio. Bang!
Shout out to LFOD Radio.
You rocking out with LFOD. We in the building.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio, Live Free or Die.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio, Live Free or Die Radio on 91.5.
Live Free or Die.
LFOD Radio, boy.
LFOD Radio. Oh.
You are now tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. I am your host, Uncle Sam. Today is October 2nd, 2018, and I got Alex here with me.
How's it going, Sam?
What's up, man?
Not too bad. Ready for this rain to let up, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Going pretty good.
Yeah, spooky season. It's October. Seen any horror movies yet?
Not for the fall. No, I've seen Hereditary. That one was a little creepy. That came out late in the summer, though.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, it's got an interesting twist at the end.
Okay.
I think that's kind of like worth it. It's a long build up, but
I like the slow burn. I just watched
Lots
The
of
Witch.
Demon magic.
Yeah.
The Witch. Oh yeah.
Demon magic. Yeah, I'm going on a rampage. So if anyone has horror movies, let me know, because Hereditary's, that's the third time that's been recommended to me in like 24 hours. So
yeah,
I think that's next.
It's a good one.
The Witch is it's something else.
The Witch. Yeah, I saw that.
It's in New England. It's like pilgrims, and it starts fast. Like there's a scene very early that you're like, oh, okay.
So that's how this movie's going to be.
We're going. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's slow too, though. It's like mostly tension, and then just a wild thing at the end. But anyway, Suicide Squad podcast is up now, as is the beat they made live at the studio last week. That's on SoundCloud/LFOD. The podcast itself is on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and we are now on Spotify. Type LFOD Radio.
Very cool.
You can get it pretty much anywhere that you can get a podcast. We also have the Block to Booth episode. Rex Ducaron, who has a release party for 9 this Saturday night in Lawrence at El Tajer. My pronunciation's improving, I think, of that. And if you haven't heard the Alumni Cypher series yet, that's on YouTube, that's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. #Alumni Cypher. That is all artists who have been featured on LFOD Radio in the past. Once you're on here once, you are invited back, and you can rock the yearly Cypher in July. So anyway, the big news, though, is Spotify, and if you subscribe, you get the new episodes right away. This one will show up sometime around 2 a.m. Thursday morning. Everyone else has to wait for us to tweet it, which is usually around 7 or 8. So get it right away, subscribe, and make sure you check Extra Bars, too, #Extra Bars. Sensei Swag went in last time he was in here. And let us know if you're tuned in. Talk to us at LFOD Radio _ on Twitter, or LFOD Radio everywhere else. If you are an artist, send us clean records, submissions at LFODradio.com. Next week, we do not have an in-studio guest. It looks like Jansport J is going to be calling in, which is dope. That'll be our second time talking with him, but we'll have plenty of time to play music. So send us your clean records, and we're going to get right into this Denzel Porter Bar School, produced by Melks, who is part of the Suicide Squad. And then we're going to be back shortly after that with Miss Vylette, who is here to talk about her new mixtape, 100. You're tuned into Live Free or Die Radio. Kaiser, Soze, Method, we are back on Live Free or Die Radio. We got Vylette Music with us.
Hey.
What's going on?
Well, besides the fact that I am extremely sick, nothing much.
It sounds good. You got that.
Yeah.
That rasp.
That real raspy, nasty, mucusy stuff, right? Yeah, that's
the worst.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to describe it.
I'm just saying, but yeah, that's what's up. How y'all been?
Good. I'm also sick. I wasn't going to tell him, though.
Oh.
You're sick and you hugged me?
Yeah.
I'm just offended.
Oh, damn.
Just, anyway, congrats on the mixtape.
Thank you.
Is it a mixtape or okay?
It's a mixtape. Yep. Thank you. I think we dropped it in June. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Got a nice little bubble.
Cool.
Was it all these? I think is at almost 20K now. So
I saw that.
Yeah, man. I'm so excited about that.
Was it all organic or did you push that one?
Actually, it was the first single that I dropped off the mixtape before I even dropped the mixtape.
Not
and
bad.
it just caught like wildfire. And I was like, oh, okay, let's drop the mixtape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might have dropped the mixtape later if that hadn't happened?
Yeah. Like, I don't think I would have dropped it that soon if all these didn't catch on like it did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of moving independently.
Oh, yes. Like, I could just press go whenever I want. Like, okay, you know what? I'm feeling like I'm going to drop an EP tomorrow. Boom.
There you go.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. So, Kaiser Soze
Yes.
method. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Usual Suspects.
Then you have been living under a rock.
Yeah. So you are a fan of the movie?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I'm
God.
a rock
Oh,
man.
my God.
I don't know if you need to leave the room
I
or because I
know.
want you to watch the movie, but it's hard to discuss the song.
Yeah.
Suspect.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's your homework. That's your homework
Yeah.
for
That's
next
my
week.
okay.
Is watch Usual Suspects.
And then the
Usual
song will make
Suspect.
sense.
Okay, yeah. I should get
So-
some context then.
We'll just pretend everyone
Yes.
that. So I was surprised by this record because now I don't know if I trust you because I've known you for years and I've known one person. And then I hear this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like the bait and switch.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
Just move in silence.
Yeah?
Don't let them know what you're doing. Just do it.
Real gangster.
Yeah. Really. Like that's pretty much what it is. It's like, a lot of people really underestimate me a lot, and I think that could be one of the biggest mistakes you could possibly make. So just a warning.
Nice.
I don't know how else to say it.
You said it. Listen to the record, watch the movie,
Yeah,
and
then it'll all make
keep
sense.
your distance.
Yeah.
Unless you're showing love, right?
Yes, exactly.
Well, this is, and we have known each other for years. And I'm
Yes.
glad you're finally on. Because
Yes.
this is exciting.
It
we get to,
is.
because I see you at shows, I see you at things like that, but we never really talk when there's not blaring loud
I know.
music. Or you're not shaking me down for apparel. Or
Actually, I got it on underneath this, right?
I
Say I
think
do.
I peeped it.
Yeah,
I think I peeped it.
I do. For the photo op, I got you.
So you're rapping a lot more on this record, though,
I
because when I
know.
first met you with the purple tape
Purple
that you
tape,
had, that was more R&B, and
Yeah.
now it's more rapping.
What
What's
happened, right?
Yeah.
Well, believe it or not, I actually started back in the day. I actually started off rapping. I didn't know I could sing, believe it. I know. I didn't know I could. I was writing songs, I was writing rhymes, and then
That's a
one
nice
day,
surprise.
I know, right? And then one day I was driving with Juan Diablo. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but I was driving with
Sandwich
him.
bags.
Yes. I was.
Some of the best promo we've ever seen, by the
Yo,
way. This
that's
dude
my
had
homie.
custom sandwich bag
He's on it,
containers.
man.
It looked like the Glad bag, and it was his album.
Yep.
And
Oh,
I
that's so
packed
dope.
my lunch for a month with
Yep.
those.
I'm telling you,
And-
marketing genius.
Yeah, shout. I
Like-
just ran out of. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get some more. Get some
Yo,
more. I think he got
okay.
some more in deck.
Shout Juan Diablo.
Yeah,
Back
shout out
you.
to Juan Diablo. So one day back in the day, this is back when we were like teenagers, him and I were just rolling through the pan, and Beyonce's Rather Be With You was on, and I was singing along to it. He was like, yo, pull the car over. I'm like, what? He's like, you didn't tell me you could sing. I'm like, I can. He's like, yeah. Then he was like, yo, hold up, we about to go to Dorchester. And like literally what started off is just like me just riding around the hood with my boy. Ended up being like an impromptu like audition for like all these different members of his rap group that was known as Bloody Bean Coalition,
Yeah.
right? And so I ended up going there singing for SC of the Gemini and OD of the Gemini, and they were like, yo, we need a female singer in our group. So at that point they had me I guess they started tossing me instrumentals, and all the instrumentals were like hardcore hip hop beats. And like I grew up on funk music and West Coast rap, so
Okay.
it was nothing for me to write to it. It was
Right.
nothing. But I kind of ended up in that lane of, just kind of singing. And then it never really was a right time to I guess, introduce the rap side of things until now. So that's kind of what happened.
Do you think the genre kind of caught up to it in a way
yeah.
too. 'Cause
Yeah, I think it, like where music is now, it made people more susceptible to it. I don't think I could have did it like maybe like 4 or 5. No, not even. I don't think I could have did it like more than like 5+ years ago. People would have been like, "What are you doing? What's going on? Like, are you a rapper or a singer?" Now it's kind of like, "Oh, you do both."
Yeah, it's something we talk about a little bit, and I've been thinking about, like, it used to drive me crazy that it was labeled R&B / hip hop because they were so far
they're
apart to
completely
me.
different,
But
yeah.
now I feel like it's
Now you can't hear R&B without hearing hip hop.
hard to know what's what. So, what do you label yourself, or are you just?
I
doing your own
actually,
music?
because of that, I actually label myself as just an artist, because when I do R&B tracks, they're R&B tracks.
Right.
When I do hip hop tracks, they're hip hop tracks. So I don't want for that blend to happen, because then that's when you start sounding like everybody else. Instead, you're showing your versatility, like, oh, I can rap and I can sing. So
What made you want to sort of like time it in? Why not just?
it was, I don't know, it was
put it
real
all in one.
organic. Honestly,
Okay.
it was real organic. What happened was I was like, yo, I'm about to do a mixtape. I don't want to do an EP. And then I guess what started happening was I just started like rhyming. I was like, oh. And then I was talking to D Loops, and he was like, yeah, just go for it. Just do what you do. And I'm like, all right. So more rap stuff ended up coming out on this mixtape than singing.
It's sort of like the feel of the song,
Yeah, it just came out.
I definitely heard that. Yeah, like in
Yeah.
100, it was just like, this is a different type flow. and
Yeah.
it matched it.
Yeah. It was. But yeah, it was just what it was.
It was what it was.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So we're going to talk actually about labels now that you said that. So you said, I don't want to do an EP, I wanted to do a mixtape.
Yeah.
What is the difference to you?
The difference to me is, just me personally, a mixtape's more thrown together.
Okay.
An EP is a project. You're taking your time, or LP is a project. You're putting a little bit more into it. It's like it's a baby.
These are original beats, though, to be
Yes,
clear. They're
yes.
not. It's not like mixtape.
Yes. Yeah. Not the old school mixtape when, I'm jumping on other people's stuff. No, they're all original.
Who produced on it?
A lot of people. A dude named Toreo, he produced Kaiser. I got some stuff from, off the top of my head. Oh, wait, I got it written down. Just in case people asked.
We love artists that show love to the producers.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I know this is like always. They were like, actually, believe it or not, I got the majority of my production through BeatStars on that whole project. So it was just,
Shout out to BeatStars.
I know, and I didn't think I was even gonna be doing that. Okay, so Fair Beats produced 100. His IG is at 1K_93. Okay, so I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Kaiser Soze was produced by 610 Beats. His Twitter's at WizJ13. Pep Doc was produced by Unknown. Muse was produced by Nsoul, whose IG is Nsoul Beats. All these produced by Unknown. Gimme That produced by Unknown. And Black Tina Blanco, which is my favorite, was produced by Canis Major. And his Twitter is at Canis Major Beats. Yeah.
Look at that. She even gave their Twitter.
There we go.
Showing love. So while we're doing the social thing, where can people find you?
At Vylette Music Everything.
Vylette Music, everything.
That's VYLETTE Music.
And you actually added music onto your name as well.
Yeah.
So the full name is Vylette
Yep.
Music.
That is correct. You want to know why?
Please tell me.
Because I feel like, how some people feel like they might how can I put it? It's natural for me to be doing what I'm doing. Like my government name, I'm not gonna tell y'all, but it means singer. And it's like, yo, this is what it is. And I was made to make music. So I was like, yo, just make it my last name, bump it, Vylette Music. It's that simple. I'm not married to it. I'm part of it. So yeah.
Kaiser. See? Won't even give us her name. No matter how long, and
Can't know the government.
Keep it incognito.
Yeah, always.
Speaking of R&B, too,
Yeah.
we're going to play the R&B record you sent us.
All right. Which one?
Muse. Oh, do you not know what I have?
I'm going to be so real with you. I've been so sick. I totally forgot what 3 songs we sent over.
Okay. Well, we kicked things off with Kaiser Soze.
Yes.
And then we're going to play this Muse joint.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll be back with more from Vylette Music. After this, you are tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. We're back, Live Free or Die Radio, Vylette Music in the building. We got Alex as well.
What up, what up?
I forgot to say earlier, Tia has assured us that she will be back next week, 100%.
Good
So
to hear that.
everyone tuned in and wondering where Tia is. She is getting her education, helping to raise her newborn little brother, and also working like 6 jobs. So
Good for her.
yeah, so she'll be back next week. But right now, we got Alex and Vylette Music.
Yes.
So you switched it up on that one.
Yes.
And what's interesting to me about this Muse song is I met you through your significant other
Yes.
originally,
Yes.
Mr. Do-It-All D Loops.
G loops, that's right. Hey.
So we're going to get into that a little bit because
Yeah.
I would think, to me, you guys are something of, I guess, what you would call a power couple.
Okay.
We are. I
Yeah.
like to say that. We are. We're going strong. Going strong.
That's a household term that you guys use.
No, other household terms are used in the house. Not that.
Okay. So
But yeah.
what's it like balancing a creative partnership like that?
I would say it's very natural to us because when him and I met, actually we met through music. He actually started off as my engineer. I met him when he had the Boston Talent Showcase. I think I came up on there. I was
Slades.
performing at Slades. And like ever since then, I think that was back when I was signed to a label and they needed an engineer, and I knew he did some like engineering and stuff. I was like, oh, let me bring in D Loops, and then ever since then we'd always been around each other, just doing music. And then we found out we had so much in common outside of music that it was like matter of time before this dude became my best friend. It was just is what it is.
Sounds like
Yeah.
what we all dream about.
Yeah. I mean, we live like rock stars sometimes, you know. It's
dope.
crazy. It's crazy. But,
Yeah, well, that's the thing I was wondering about the balance because people who are tuned in who don't recall who D is, he does Beat Club podcast,
Yeah,
Stu
the Stu.
Showcase. He has filmed all the Alumni Cypher series. He's been a big part. He's filmed a lot of our shows, 24 and 24.
Yep.
He designed our original flyer.
Yep.
Like, he is constantly creating and doing things. You are
Everything,
constantly
everything.
creating and doing things.
Anything visual attached to me, this man is behind.
So how do you keep like space for personal and art? Like, because you're both.
Honestly, we're very honest with each other.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be one of them days, he'll be like, you know what? We're not talking about music today. And I'll be like, you know what? You're right. I don't want to talk about music today either. And it's just, that's when we become, you know, our real selves at home. Not do it all loops and Vylette, you know. And I
Yeah.
tease him all the time because I'm like, you know, he's with my government name, but he ain't with Vylette, right? And then he'd be like, yeah, all right, I'm with Vylette. I tease him all the time about that.
Vylette seems like she's kind of,
She's wild.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
stealing
she's-
people's women. and
All the
stuff.
time. Yo, I don't know
That's-
what it is. Yo, I told him, and he can co-sign.
Yeah.
Women just flock to me. Like, I don't know. I think I inherited it from my father. 'Cause my father's a ladies' man. I'm one of 10 kids, so he passed on the juice. And I swear. And like, I'll just mind my business, living my best life, and they just gravitate. And then before I know it, I'm like, hey, this is my new friend. She wants to come join us.
Oh, wow.
Meet the boyfriend. It's like, oh,
Wow.
She wants to hang out.
Nice. So, at Vylette Music, ladies.
Yeah, holla at me. I'm nice.
You are very friendly.
I am. Even though I come off, some people at first, they might think I'm like mean.
Really?
Yeah. I get that a lot. A lot of people are like, you look so angry. You look so mad.
Wow.
Like, I'm not at all. Complete opposite.
You project a little more aggression in your music.
I mean, like I said, I'm like a pit bull in a skirt. Like,
Okay.
you know?
thought I was getting that a little bit when I first saw you outside. But you said you were sick. I'm like,
Yeah.
she's probably just crying. Like,
I'm normally all smiles and hi, introducing myself to people.
Yeah. Okay. So I like this Muse record. I like the flip on it. Usually people write about their muse or they become a muse, but you're like, I
want to
be your muse.
Yeah.
What inspired this record?
Marijuana.
Okay.
Actually, the song is from the perspective of, me personally, I like sativas. Something about they just spark a little extra bit of the creativity.
Yeah.
Would you mind?
Yeah, it does. And so I don't know what I was doing. I heard the beat and I was like, I don't want this to be a typical love song. I want it to be something a little different. And of course I was blowing it down. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, like holding blunt in hand, like looking at it like,
I know what to write this about.
I know what to make this about from the perspective of the weed. Like, oh, okay, let me be your muse. Let me be the person that's, not the person, but the thing that's tapping into you, just kind of, hitting different levels of your creativity.
Okay.
Yeah. But I wanted it to have a vibe, like you could interpret it anyway.
Okay. So interpreting it the significant other way, do you run these songs like you guys are intertwined?
Oh, yeah.
Are you running them by him before you record them, or are you like surprising, like, hey, is this sexy? Or
well, you want to laugh. It's actually so dope working with him, because in our home we have this room where it's just the creative room where all the recording happening, where all the, all his stuff is happening. And I'll just be in there and I'll be playing music, and then I'll just start writing, and he'll hear me singing and he'll be like, what's that? I'm like, oh, I'm working on this. Then he'll be like, oh, well, come record it, lock it down. I'm like, all right, go hit it in the booth, whatever. Then I come back out. Sometimes he'll be like, that's tough, but you need to do this. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to production, he is like hands down a producer, all around producer. Like the song when I originally did it did not sound like that. He added little extra vibes.
So he's recording all these in your home?
Yeah, well, I record.
Okay.
I record like the bass line of everything, and then we'll go back and he'll like mix it down, and then he'll be like, all right, I need you to come back in. He might record some other layers and stuff, and we'll do that together. But there's times I might do some songs and he'll be like, I don't like that song. And I'm like, oh, well, I like it, so I'm going to do it. It's all part of the creative process. So, yeah.
Your home sounds amazing, to be honest.
Our son would tell you otherwise.
Really?
He says it's too loud. He closes his door, tells us he's missing his show, that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Is he artistically inclined?
He is, actually. I think he has the singing bug as well, but I don't think he's as interested in it as we are. So, yeah, we'll see. Give him some time.
Yeah, it's one of those things your parents aren't cool right away.
I know, right?
Even if you are cool parents, like
we're losers to him. He just is like, oh, y'all are so boring.
You gotta get through like high school, and then he'll be like, oh yeah, my parents are pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we joke all the time. Like, when's it gonna click for him how cool we are?
You're still just mom and dad.
Yeah.
It's not. There's literal rock stars whose kids are like, he's just this guy. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, we took him once with us recently when we went out to Worcester for Beats and Barbecue. We took him with us, and he's like, is this how you guys, live when you go to these shows? 'Cause we had the hotel suite, it was live, and he was like, I like this. I want to go on tour with you. I'm like,
that should have been an epiphany. Like, whoa,
yeah,
Mom and your daddy are
like
cool.
I think in that moment he was kind of like, this is cool. This is really cool.
Yeah.
Because he was speaking about it for a while, but it doesn't happen as much as he'd like for it to happen. So now we're boring.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just that one time.
We don't take him out much. So
no.
Nah, not yet. Not yet.
I don't know how old he is.
He's 9.
9.
Yeah. He has a little more time. I'll give him another year or two, and I'll probably start taking him on the road with me.
Yeah. What about putting him on the record?
Actually, do I have him? I think I have. Oh, no, he's done acting in some of my videos that are coming up.
Nice.
And he's a natural at acting, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But no, I have him recorded on some stuff before, but it was just more like interludes and stuff, and I never really released it yet.
I was thinking of that because it was dope hearing Carter 5 and Reginae on it, and like his mom. He had everyone on it. So,
he did.
I know that's happened before, parent and child duets and stuff, but it's really like adds a layer.
It does. It does. It kind of lets people in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, once he gets his rap name and stuff like that.
God. I think he might be a singer instead of a rapper.
It's all the same.
You still
now,
get an
though.
alias.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want him to be a rapper?
No.
Why?
Because I work too hard for him. He has
Can't
nothing
let
to
him get
rap
better than
about.
Oh,
He really
man.
has nothing to rap about.
Wow, that's kind of closed-minded.
Not even. No. Like, I just personally feel
Anyone can
like,
find something.
unless he's rapping about Legos and like
Well, at this
Thomas
point,
or
Yeah.
something like that, there really isn't much else. It's gonna be like a real niche following for his.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
People get millions of views on YouTube opening up boxes of Legos.
Yo.
He only really needs to open a box of Legos and put like a 20-second rhyme over it.
We
and-
are working on that.
Yeah.
We are
Just
definitely
gonna monetize.
We are
Just
working
commercials or
on
something.
his YouTube
Right.
channel.
Yeah.
Definitely working on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That's coming soon.
I see Avi's kid. With
Oh my
with,
God, that's my nephew,
photography.
Lukey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my baby.
He's a young model.
Oh God, he's everything.
Yeah.
He's a sweetheart. Yeah.
I want to play another record.
Okay,
We're going
what
to come
you got?
back. We got this Black Tina.
Oh yeah.
Did that nickname actually arise naturally, or did you come up with that?
Actually, I'm about to say Dee's definitely called me a Black Tina because I'm half Latina, I'm half African American, so yeah, Black Tina.
But who added the Blanco?
The Blanco, that's in honor of Griselda
Oh, yeah.
Blanco. So.
You added that though?
Yeah, I added that at the
Okay.
end. Because I mean, this track is more like an introduction for people to really get to know me. So
This is the introduction.
this is the mixtape's called 100 for a reason.
Okay.
I felt like it was time, to bring down the barrier and just put myself out there and be like, you know what, this is me. So I felt like ending the whole project with this was right. Because then when we go into the next stuff I got going on, it'll all make sense.
Black Tina Blanco, you're tuned in to Live Free or Die Radio. Bang bang. All right, we're in the home stretch. Black Tina Blanco.
Yeah.
You're hustling music though, of course.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
pause.
Music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
product. The music is the product. You're absolutely right.
Of course it is. Anyway,
It is.
we're going to ask you right now the most important question
Okay.
of the show.
Oh, I'm getting nervous. All
What
right.
does Live Free or Die mean to you?
What it means to me is there is no other way to live than to be free. And if I can't be free, then I guess I'm going to have to die. That's what it means to me. How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
How about that? Imagine the Wakanda Forever pose back there. Shout out to Do It All Loops.
Yeah, that's all there is to it, though, really.
Yeah, that's it. This is why we're all here, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
I hope so.
I don't know.
Sacrifice it for nothing.
Right? Right.
So, did you just hear that?
I heard a crack.
Yeah, I heard that.
Something popped.
I hope we're still broadcasting. The AC just went.
We
Something
about to
crashed.
find
yeah,
out.
Yeah. No, we're good. We're still on the air.
We about to find out.
So, I'm trying to. So, Dee was giving me some stuff
Oh,
that
here
could
we
maybe
go.
get explosive for the
Here we
last
go.
12 minutes. We'll keep it simple.
Yes.
He asked who your favorite rapper is.
DMX.
Of course.
Yes.
Oh, that's not controversial at all.
Not at all. It makes sense.
X is
What
in
for,
my
though?
top 10 at least.
Yeah. No, X is in my top 10 as well.
Well, if he's number one, I would assume.
No, he's my favorite rapper.
I'm glad you made that distinction, because
Yeah.
my favorites I know are not always the best
Yeah.
quote unquote rapper, but
Yeah.
something resonates.
Exactly.
Yeah, something-
Like, that's exactly what it is. Like, he definitely had a huge part in my life growing up. So, yeah.
I think the world would be a better place if more people had listened to what X was trying to tell them.
Absolutely.
The Reverend Earl Simmons, straight
Yeah,
scriptures.
Like, who else you know that talks about killing somebody at the beginning of the record and then praise at the end? Like,
Yeah.
we all knew what it was.
What is that song?
We all knew what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Which song? You said, what was that song? I probably know it.
He's talking about like educating one of his like entourages in the game, but he's got to like, he starts playing like Russian roulette with him. And he's telling the whole story in the verse, but
What album was this
the
on?
name is slipping me. I can't remember.
What? It was on the third album? Or fourth?
Could have been. I feel like. Yeah, it's it. I'm not gonna remember the
I'm
name
about
of
to
this.
say.
Slowing down the show, Alex.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
What?
What's your
Darn it.
favorite X record?
Oh, Stop Being Greedy, hands down. I feel
When was
like
the
a lot
last
of
time you
people-
gave to the needy?
all the time.
Speaking, that's got a hardcore X record. He says, "Well, at least he died hoping."
Yeah. Yep.
Yo,
At least he
X-
died hoping.
Yo, X, yeah.
I love X.
I go back and forth. I think I like Fame quite a bit. You know, gonna live forever and never gonna die. And then,
I'm trying to think.
I mean, there's so many gems. Me and my buddy used to just speak in DMX quotes.
Yeah, I kind of feel like after the first two albums, you know, then at that point you're going through the other albums, finding, you know, just certain songs that stood out.
He didn't really change his subject matter or too much about what he was doing album to album. But
Yeah.
so yeah, the later ones go a
Yeah.
little repetitive.
Like,
but
I can't lie to you, I don't know much of the later ones. I know the classics though.
you don't really need to go past Grand Champ.
I
and,
know, yeah.
And even that's only got like 3 or 4.
I still love X though, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least I got to see him live.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
When was
Yes,
that?
that was what, 2 years ago? A year ago? Connecticut. Right before he went to rehab. I saw him. I was like right there. I was like, oh, if he just jumps off the stage. Oh my God.
I can't believe I haven't run into him yet. I know so many people that have, like,
Yo.
because he was up in New Hampshire
That's
in
what people were
rehab for a
telling
while,
me.
and then like I know dudes who like, you know, met him at gas stations in New York and
Yo,
stuff.
Sam,
and like,
if you stop somewhere and you see him, hit me up.
I will.
Just tell me where he is. I just want to shake his hand and
I feel like
thank
he
him.
moves quickly though.
He
Like, I'll
does.
try to hold him in one place as quick as I
Like,
can.
can you stay here for about an hour and a half? I got
Yeah.
someone coming up from Boston who really wants to meet you.
I love this
Right.
YouTube video of him, like on one of those like slingshot roller coasters.
Oh yeah.
with the-
When he was they recorded him on it, he was swearing his
Yeah.
behind off.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, he if you didn't, there's a documentary on him, a couple of them worth checking out, but there's a written one where they're talking with Swizz and someone else from Rough Riders early when they got him going.
Oh yeah.
And it's wild. They literally had to keep moving him. The first 2 albums, they were moving him from like New York to Jersey and I think like Philly, and they
Oh,
had like
wow.
a rotation because he couldn't be in one city for more than like a couple weeks, or he would,
What?
because he couldn't stop robbing people.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like they
That
had
makes
to
sense.
literally keep him moving because he just like it was just like that was how he lived.
A Vic is a Vic.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's no
That's how
other
he
way
lived.
to put it.
But he really gave it all. I mean, his albums. He did all his records. He recorded in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
because he puts himself in that place and he hates recording because
Yeah.
it's just painful. So he just does it. And then,
Yeah.
But yeah, this is about you though, not DMX.
I know.
I'm amped that you
Shout
like
out to
it.
X though.
Dark Man. So
Here We Go
Yeah.
Again was the song.
Oh,
Just throwing that in there.
There we go. Yes.
here we go again.
Here we go
I
again.
hate forgetting shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same-ish, different day.
Yeah.
So you got hands too. That was the other.
I got hands.
You're
I
an
have hands.
Amateur boxer.
Yeah. Amateur boxer. Now, I haven't done it in about quite some time, but growing up, my father was training me and everything. So, yes, Vylette got hands. I ain't got no problem letting somebody know that I got hands.
Okay.
But I've been blessed enough that I haven't had to use them in a very long time.
Yeah.
But yes, I think that's why
That's the
I
idea.
have the certain demeanor that I have.
You've kept it more G than quite a few people on here, to be honest.
I'm just being real, keeping it 100.
You better with that mixtape.
On dogs.
On dogs, yeah. So before we get out of here, any closing remarks? What do you want people to take away from your music?
To just know that it's coming from a real truthful place. Just it's raw. It is what it is. If you connect, I'm very happy. That's what I want. If you don't, it's cool. Just don't bother me. I got some new stuff coming up very, very soon. So just, stay tuned. Other than that, just support.
We will.
Keep me updated on what you guys think. And, yeah.
At Vylette Music, VYLETTEMUSIC.
That's correct.
You got any videos coming out?
Yes. But I can't say anything on it because it's kind of like something a little different that's going to go down. So,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Can you say when, maybe?
This month.
Okay.
From based on Do It All Loops this month.
This month.
Yeah.
Well, slide us a link when you got it, and we'll
got
share
you.
it and put it out and let people know.
Most definitely.
This will be up on iTunes Thursday morning. Earlier, if you subscribe,
Ooh.
it's iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, anywhere you can get podcasts. You can also go to LFODradio.com. If you are an artist yourself, submissions at LFODradio.com. Send us some clean records. Like I said, we do not necessarily have any in-studio guests next week, but we will have Jansport J calling in, and we're going to do something pretty cool after the show. We got Seti Zoo back here again, and Seti has been doing the wrap-up recap where he plays, not where he plays, where he writes. He's been writing this whole interview.
What?
Bars, and he's got like at least a 16 ready, and he's about to do the recap, so...
Surprise, surprise.
Oh, this is dope. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, so stay tuned. And all that stuff is at LFOD Radio with a little underscore on Twitter, but LFOD Radio everywhere else. And, I mean, I don't know what else to say besides that. I mean, this has been dope. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you for having me. This is nice.
You're welcome. You can come back whenever.
Okay, cool.
We're going to get you in the Cypher next year now.
All right, you got it.
Are you going to do some extra bars for
Well,
us?
I'm going to let you know right now. I am not prepared to do any bars. I'm going to be completely real with you. I'm going to keep it 100.
We're going to put that on the sickness.
I'm going to put it on the sickness.
Okay. All right.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Alex will do it for you.
thank
Yeah,
you,
I'll
Alex.
fill in. I'll
I
fill in.
appreciate it.
Actually,
No problem.
real quick, because we've been talking about D, that interlude on your album.
Yes.
I
Yes.
didn't know he had bars.
Yes.
Oh.
You want to laugh, right? I was like, look, I
don't
need
wanna
you.
laugh.
No, I was like, I need you to do like the way that he was in that interlude is how he speaks to me sometimes when I get, in the moments. And I was like,
Yeah.
look, I need you to speak to everyone like this, like how you speak to me in this interlude.
It
He's
caught
like,
me
"All
off
right."
guard. I was walking and I was like,
Yeah.
Whoa,
You
like-
are different. Yeah.
ran across the street.
Yeah.
So we're going to get out of here. Thanks again.
Thank you.
This will be up, like I said, Wednesday night. We're getting out of here with this new Lupe record.
Ooh.
King Nas, maybe. I don't know if it's called King Nas or if it's King featuring Nas, but this was in our inbox. Even Lupe sends stuff to our inbox.
That's
what I'm
dope.
saying, guys.
That-
If you're,
I love
if you're an
Lupe.
artist
Shout
and
out
you
to
are
Lupe.
not hitting submissions at LFODradio.com with your clean records, this is literally how we get everything. We don't go looking for stuff. So if Lupe can send us a record, you can send us a record. You're tuned into LFOD Radio. We will be back next Tuesday. Vylette Music, thank you once again for coming through. I hope you
you.
feel
Much
better
appreciated.
very soon.
Thank you. I hope you feel better.
Thank you, and I look forward to
Hope I
seeing
don't
the
get sick
video.
from you guys.
I hope you don't get sick. I'm sorry.
Alex, you can let us know next week how
All
you
good.
feel about the usual suspects,
Yes.
how your
Yeah.
immune system is doing,
All right, that's my homework.
and all that good stuff. All right, we'll be back. Live free or die.